Morning, everyone. How's it going? Hello, Vampire. What's up, dude? You like that IG post? Yeah, I'm really enjoying IG. I'm really enjoying putting up like snippets of content on there. I do it all myself. So yeah, it's a little bit of work, but yeah, I like it. It's fun. Another day, another stream. Yeah, man. Another day, another stream. Hey, what's up, Fractal? Your day off? What's up, dude? On hold with customer service. Yeah, that's that J-Fi, Japanese lo-fi. It's pretty chill. Japanese lo-fi. 34.6 short was cash. Yep. What's up, JD? Choose between chocolate or vanilla. You still love this shirt? You're gonna have to find a duplicate. It's a good shirt, man. It's a good shirt. I'm pretty sure it's Guess. It's like Guess or Buffalo. That's what I buy. I buy like Guess and Buffalo. Volume is low. Oh, it was a little low. Weird. Dude, why is my mic setting like that? Super weird. Now it's a little high. Okay, good. There we go. That's perfect. Yeah, the IG content is good for a laugh for sure. It's really good for a laugh. What's up next up? Do I drink alcohol? Not really. Not too much, man. Just like, dude, I'm gonna fix this mic today. I swear to God. It's driving me crazy. I am going to fix the mic today. Like, I'm gonna self-talk myself into days. I'm going to fix my mic today. Like, Jesus, dude. I keep forgetting about my microphone. Well, there's gonna be another giveaway soon. I've been meaning to put it up. There's gonna be another giveaway here pretty soon. So you'll be good to hold your points if you want for the next giveaway. Kiddo probably changed the volume. Wife probably changed the volume. Trying to prank me. Haha, it'd be funny if he looks like an idiot on stream. Shows him walking around here like he's all that shit. Okay, babe. Can you chill out with that, please? Just noticed the clock is missing. Not missing. Using it for production on videos. It might be gone for a little bit. Production on videos is a long thing. But what's Bitcoin doing today? Kind of looks like it's going for a 31,000 level, doesn't it? We're gonna get into Bitcoin. We'll get into it. We will do those things. My wife is not German. I don't know why I made her sound German. She's not German. What's up, Matar? Okay, let's get into the charts. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. Just deleting old like laddering information talk. Oh, guys, you don't even have a screen. Hold up. Here we go. What's up? See, what's up, my dude? It looks like 31,000 here. Looks like 31. You, no one else. So I use a Go XLR and it's all preset mechanical. So you would actually have to change the software to change it. Yeah, you'd actually have to physically change the software. I resaved the profile just in case something wonky's going on with it. I'm gonna check the software now. So I just muted and unmuted it. Let's see if it goes to 95. Okay. Why? It does go a little low, but that's okay. I'm just wondering why it. So when I mute and unmute, it goes to a preset, and I'm not sure why. I guess because it doesn't want to. Like, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense why it wouldn't go to full, because then the audio could clip. So it goes to 95%, it goes up to 100 and then bounces back 5%, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. Actually just need to go and increase the gain. We're gonna increase it by like 4 points. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. That's a little loud, right? Like, this is a little loud, isn't it? No, this is pretty good. Actually, this is good. Now let's save this. This looks perfect for mic volume. Okay, good. Issue fixed. Now, when we mute and unmute, so it doesn't clip, it should be perfect. Yeah, it's good. We're good. Change it after the stream, maybe? No. You guys can watch me change it. It's the same price on Binance and TradingView, dude. Cloud filter. I have a cloud filter. Sorry, cloud lifter. I have one. That's why my mic sounds so good. I already have one, dude. I have no problem with the gain on my mic. I have lots of power in my mic. My gain is at like extremely undertuned. It's at like 40 decibels. It's very undertuned. Yep, I got a cloud lifter, Go XLR for my mixer. I used to have, what was that mixer called that I had? A Behringer. I used to have a Behringer mixer, but the Go XLR is just, it's too good. Nope, there's no price difference, dude. It's identical. You're probably using the wrong chart. It's literally identical, dude. So we are in AVE down and ADA down. So I got into AVE down. Oh, what was the price that I got into AVE down? It was in here. I think it was 265 or 270. It was in here. Anyways, we're in this. So we're up 30% on AVE down. 88 down we're in as well. And 88 down we got in, I believe, at 302. It was right at the bottom of the move. Yeah, we got it at 302. Or was it? I just checked my Binance. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna check Binance because I actually am having trouble remembering the price that I got in it. I just know it was the bottom of the move. We're roughly like 30% profits. Hold on, let me just bring up my order history. That would be the easiest way to do this. So two. Okay. It was on the 11th. Am I looking at the right ticker? Well, which one am I on? I'm on 88 down. Okay, that's why this isn't making sense. Yeah. So 347 is where I got in here. So 347. So that's good. Not up as much as I thought, but right, because it was like 10% yesterday. And AVE down was 292. I believe it was like right here. Yeah, it was right here. It would have been the same spot. The 11th. Oh no, I canceled that order. Hold on. It does. Oh, God. I have to do the calculation because there's like a partial fill. There's a 302 partial fill. And then a 270. So it's probably like 280, 275, 280, something like that. It's like 275, 280 in here. Because I had a partial fill that I removed and then, so yeah. This one's doing better. So it's like 20% between the two of them. So it's good. Waiting to see if it keeps breaking down. Levels are never off. It's the exact same thing, man. It's the exact same information from the same API. It could be mark price, maybe. Okay, so what's Bitcoin doing? Nabriva gonna dump more? Possible. Probably, since it's going through a stock split. I mean, yeah, it looks like 31K. It looks like here. Could also target 31.3. I like 31K. I like 31K on the move. So that's what we called out. So we were talking about 31K like quite some time ago, right? We were talking about it going down to 31K when it hit 32, whatever this was, like 32,000 flat. 32,058. We were talking about it hitting 31K. I'm surprised it didn't hit 31K here. Created this little like baby range, goes back up, test the daily, break out of this range, and it's gonna move down, right? 31K. I think 31K is good. Color code for my levels? For your level? What do you mean by that? AXS still going hard. This thing? Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Coin like this that's somewhat of a new list has been an accumulation for a while. Doesn't surprise me. Bitcoin is still in its range, so yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. This is exactly when things will be moving up like that before they dump. If Bitcoin dumps, that is. 31,060. Yep. Just follow Bitcoin. This kid rare. Just follow Bitcoin, man. If Bitcoin's dumping, that's gonna dump. Mark your levels on Bitcoin, man, and then just take your trades based on the Bitcoin chart. That's what you have to do. I mean, Bitcoin is somewhat stabilizing here on trend. Yeah, Bitcoin is somewhat stabilizing. It needs to break out of this. It's somewhat stabilizing. Amazing if it holds this range. Like, really amazing if it holds this range. Hit a 4 level, that's why it's stabilizing. What are you talking about? If you're talking about Bitcoin, that would be wrong. Maybe you're talking about the other coin, I'm not sure. You're in a short from 32.9. Nice one, man. You guys read too much into the news. If that's why you think AXS is pumping, yikes. It was 31,600. No, it was 3160, 31,060. But I think you can go even a little lower now. I think you can go to 31 like 20. BTC 4-hour level? No, that would be incorrect. That would be incorrect, my friend. Got your eye on 3150 for over a week now. Yeah, I think 3150, like you always, you know, as the move is developing, it's creating ranges and it's breaking ranges. So, you know, it changes, right? Texture of the move changes over time. My music on my side is super loud. I need to turn it down. This is what is a problem with the Wickoff crowd. You've been talking about 31K for 2 weeks now. I watched some Wickoff enthusiasts on YouTube. They came to this price only last Friday. Wickoff in its original form is even slower than most of the indicators. Although indicator crowd predictions are completely bonkers. Yeah. Yep, for sure, dude. Oh, Wickoff is... If you guys haven't seen my take on Wickoff, join my IG. You'll see a lot of Wickoff content in the last day. So join my IG. You're going to see me talk all about Wickoff and what I really think. There's a way to know. Ryan Z. I saw you from YouTube a couple days ago. You're amazing. Thanks, man. Guy, girl, dude, do that. Thanks. This kid rare. Thanks so much. Just keep learning. Keep learning. Change your life. The new IG videos are gold. Yeah, they're good, man. I take a lot of pride in my IG. I really like it. I'm really having fun with IG. IG is like my new baby. I've never really been an IG person before, but back in the day I looked at IG, and IG's come a long way, right? Like, let's talk about IG for a second. IG has come a really long way, because a few years ago when I was using IG, it wasn't like this. And I wasn't using it for like social media growth or anything. It was just like more of a personal thing, but it wasn't as good as it is now. It is now. It's advanced a lot. My IG channel is good. It allows me to highlight the most. So I do all my own video editing work, right? Like, people know that I do all my own work. So like the IG pages, you know, like I'm taking my own time out of my day so I can find the things that I think are important to talk about and highlight. And yeah, it's like, it's a lot of fun. It takes a lot of work, but I really like it. IG is gold. It's really good. I'm really enjoying IG. It's gonna be a pretty important platform for me going forward. There it is right there, the 15. It's pretty linear. Like the 15 here doesn't really give you much information. There's not much you can glean off this, but yeah, at least it's something. The 15 isn't even developed yet. It's not a thing yet, but hey, at least it's something. Like you'd be better off using this, to be honest with you. You'd be better off using like this just as a level, which is kind of weird. Your playlist on YouTube is lit. Thanks, man. Yeah, I saw that coin. I saw your message today, man. I saw it in my I saw the message, dude. Appreciate that, man. And I checked out your page. I'm like, oh, this guy's so jacked, man. Coin is just so crazy. Dude is like a fitness god. I'm gonna use my story trades to highlight my different platforms. That's what I'm gonna do. Instead of doing takes and trying to like prop my profile, I'm gonna use my story to create icons to and use my storyboard to create icons to show my different platforms. I think that might be a little bit of a smarter take than to do like some kind of, oh, this is who I am, right? You misspelled c0tt0neers, my dude. 1N. Parity of average traders? Yeah, I will. Like I said, the 15 doesn't really give you anything here because it's not developed yet. So you have to let it develop. You can mark it, that's fine, but it doesn't really do anything for you. Same with a 5. Like you can't even use the 5 here yet. You can't use a 5. You can't use any of this stuff yet. It's too premature in the move. Possibly you could use the 3 right now, but that's a little nitty. There's not really anything here to use. Ugh, I don't want to walk through this. I'm so lazy, man. See, that's a problem with people who use trends, okay? You know what they'll do? They'll just do this. Here, I want to show you guys something. The problem with people who use trends, they just do this. They'll just, okay, I'm trader, trend take, here to here, looks good. It's like, yeah, okay, sometimes this can be accurate, but you know, the reality is you have to go and do your work on trends, and you have to go and find the moments that they have the actual distribution to distribution candles. You can't just sit there and attach bottoms to bottoms. You actually have to go to the smallest time frame, right, and work through the, like, you have to actually do your work. So whenever you see somebody doing trends, it's kind of a little weird because they'll just mark bottom to bottom. It's like, oh, you can have a much more accurate trend. You just have to go and walk through the hard closes and do the work. So you're going through here and it's like, oh, here's your first hard close, snap to it, chill, here's your next one, cool, man, here's your next one, cool, here's your next one, cool, here's your next one right here. You have your actual trend, and then you can go to your bigger time frames. And if you wanted to, you could decide between this trend and this trend, but typically you're going to have the lowest time frame trend until you have that buildup of trends that you can actually attach distribution to distribution. Like we can do this because there's no 15-minute here, but we can do it on the 5 because we have 5 here, and that's your 5-minute hard close. That's why you have such an accurate trend. So just like a quick little take on trends and how to actually use trends properly, because too often I see people just going to whatever, here's an hourly time frame, and they just go, and they, you know, even debatable that they'll even know how to do this one properly, and you know, they'll just go and attach high to high. This doesn't give you anything. This doesn't do anything. If you were actually going to use the hourly trend, you'd attach it to the accumulation to accumulation side, look for the next hard close, snap it to that, bang, you got a good trend. And therefore, just more time frames and more time frames. People, they just go highs to highs, lows to lows. It gives them zero accuracy. They, late entries, wrong entries. It's just not the way we do trends. Always distribution to distribution on the bottom side of trends, and accumulation to accumulation on the top side of trends. Hard closing to those same candles, blue to blue, white to white, or if you're using traditional colors, green to green and red to red. Red to red on the bottom side, green to green on the top side. So just like a quick little trend take for people to use trends a little smarter. Never, ever, ever do this. Never snap 2 different colors. You'll lose money, and then I will laugh. You'll lose money by doing that. So you got to chill out on the just picking spots and attaching them to because they look like they line up. Yeah, okay, man. Well, you're not gonna do very well if you do that. So just a quick tip for people, like the trend work is pretty crucial stuff that we do in trades. Like we have only 2 lines we use. One is a vertical one and one is a scaling diagonal line. Vertical, horizontal, brain. One is a horizontal line and the other one is a scalable line that we use. You exit a trade based on the 1 minute trend break. Is that wrong? It can be. Creative highlights of sections. Yeah, for sure. I really like it. I really like having that creative touch. Just highlighting moments that I think are important. I really like that. It's a much smarter take than doing like a compilation video on YouTube and uploading it there. It's too infrequent on YouTube. It just becomes this thing where it's just too infrequent. It's too infrequent. Like YouTube, what do? You take like a 10-minute video and go through all these different 10-minute sound, but you're just better off doing like little 1-minute takes. You don't, instead of forcing people to watch 10 minutes to see, one piece that they may be interested in. I don't share signals or trades in my Discord. Absolutely not. BTC USDT perp. Yeah, you have to go USDT perp, not BTC perp. It's exactly what you need to hear today. Yeah, trend work is a really finite one. Trend work is it can be very punishing if you're wrong with trends. And it can be extremely accurate if you're right with trends. Like if you know how to use trends, they become what we call trigger points. And I'll talk about trigger points later on in Butterfly Effect. It's already recorded, so some of you will know about trigger points, but they become the perfect trigger point for a trade. They become the perfect moment as a trigger point. The vampire is gonna get you. Yep. Zones, don't ever use zones, dude. Using zones, the first thing that comes to mind is like being in the friend zone with Bitcoin. It's like, yeah, the only zone is the friend zone where you've completely failed to achieve what you wanted to try to do. So the only zone you should ever use in trading is no zone. Like you're going to be in the friend zone with Bitcoin if you're using zones. And put yourself there, dude. Don't ever use zones in trading. Zones are, like I've talked about zones before on this stream. Zones are, imagine how easy it would be for somebody to just be like, hold on, hold on. Okay, imagine how crazy this is. Like just think about this for a second. We've got a zone right here, and this zone, well, hold on, that's the border. We gotta actually do this thing properly. This zone right here, if it hits this zone and bounces down, of course we're distributing. Like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about zones for? Imagine having this huge, like, take golf and the hole in one and make it the size of the goddamn green, and make it like a fucking 200-foot hole, like a 200-foot hole, the cup, instead of like a little golf ball size cup. Fuck it, just make it the size of the green, like 200 feet by 200 feet. Get fucking hole in ones all day long. Of course zones don't work, dude. You got to pick the price. You have to pick a level. You use a zone, goddamn, you might as well be playing the craziest golf you've ever played, like golf with a basketball into an ocean. Why do you, like, what do you mean zones, dude? Pick a level and buy it. What are you talking about a zone? And then traders, they go like this. It's so dumb. It's such a dumb brain dead take, dude. Then they do this. Then they'll do this, okay? It's like this. Then they say, oh, if it holds this zone, we're moving up. Well, fucking right to it's going to move up, dude. Good luck with your spot trade 1x, $5 an hour, dude. Yeah, like, man, fucking throw a basketball into an ocean. You have a fucking crypto zone, dude. Like, that's what this is. Like, accuracy. Why can't we just mark levels? Why can't you just do something like this and go, oh, here's a daily hold level. Look at a price, how it respects it. Or even further, if you wanted to go into the current range and be like, hey, here's the 4 hour. Here's the 4 hour. Look, this one's tested. We can't use this one. Go to the next one. Aha, this is holding the price down. You don't need a zone to show you where levels are. Zones are for people with holes in their brains. Like that's not anything we use. That's my take on zones. Don't ever use zones, dude. You want to go like spot trade to make $5 an hour? Use zones, man, and you can be a wick-off zone trader using MACD, buy a zone, sell the MACD rejection. It's like, man, dude, I've seen movies of stories where worms go into people's brains and they create zombies, like fucking Zombie Trader 101. Oh man, it makes me rub my temples and have little faith for people when they talk about zones. It's like, what are you talking about zones for, dude? Of course you're gonna hit something if you have a zone half the size of your screen. No, here's the VWAP and there's the zone. Yeah, dude, for sure, man. Good zone. I'm gonna make a t-shirt. I'm gonna make merch. It's gonna say, I like your zone, and it's gonna be a big green box on the t-shirt. It's gonna be a red t-shirt with a green box, and inside the green boxes, it's gonna say, I love your zone. It's gonna be called a Zone Trader t-shirt. Sellout merch. No, not sellout merch. It's not like I'm selling it. It's going to sell out. It's going to be a sold out merch piece because everybody's going to buy that and be like, yeah, zone traders are stupid. It's just like, hey, what's wrong with picking a level? What's wrong with picking a level and setting a real contract? What's wrong with actually doing a little bit of work on your chart? Mark a zone and upload a YouTube video. That's like, oh, dude, you're a god. Are we so blessed to see this information? Salt and pepper mine, dude. It's 1 shake or 2 shakes. That's all it's got. Blessed to see inside the mind of somebody who says, look at this zone, guys. It's VWAP and zone. This is the moment. Yeah, man, this is your moment. Get the camera and set up prom queen shots. Put on a tux and do your zone. Upload it to YouTube. Vote yourself the prom king and queen all at the same time. It's just like, yikes. Top of the morning coffee. So I've heard of this. That's Jackseptice's coffee. I've heard of this. Is it actually good? Kingsman, like, is it decent? Favorite coffee? I really like Lavazza. I think that's how you say it, Lavazza. I really like Lavazza. What exists on one side of the chart is a mirror reverse. Absolutely, dude. It has to be. If it's a science, that has to be true. It can't have those favoritisms if it's a real science. Cotton, can you help me with that? No. I don't trade for people, dude. Sorry, man. Not that I don't want to help you. It's just I don't like being responsible for other people's financial decisions. It sounds like if you're in profits, set a stop loss that still lock up profits and protect your position. That would be my recommendation. Find a spot where you're comfortable to take profits, set a stop loss there. I'm not gonna lie, I used to follow people who use zones. That's not a bad thing, dude. Like we all have to learn, right? Like one of us has to break out of the mold, which is what I do, and one of us has to teach the others. Like we're not. It's okay, dude. It's not a bad thing if you followed people with zones. Looking back, it's so cringe. I mean, I think it's like this. I think people mean good. And they see other people use zones, so then they use zones, assuming it's the right information. But this doesn't make them like a bad person. What? I don't think anything with like, oh, here's your opinion. You're a bad person. I guess that's a little strong. Those words are a bit strong. You can't, like, nobody's a bad person. Well, there are some bad people, and like, dummies and shitheads out there. Like, yeah, okay, there's some bad people. Using a zone doesn't make you a bad person. Let's be straight up about that. Like, just because you use the zone doesn't make you a bad person. So let's not take that out of context. Clip it, ship it, upload it, and do the slam on cotton thing, because it's not like they're not bad people per se. No, it's not per se either. Fuck, I gotta stop talking. What can I say? How can I recover this at this point? Yeah, it's gone. We'll just call them bad people. We might as well just own it, right? They're not bad people. It's just they have to learn. So if somebody's using a zone, it's they may think it's right, but you know, it's up to us as traders to kind of knowledge seek and find these truths, right? So I don't know. Does that make them a bad person? Maybe we should toss up a poll, vote on it. Does it make you a bad person? The answer should be no, guys. It's not, has nothing to do with you as a person. Stop saying yes. I don't want to read chat. I know what you guys are saying. Isn't the concept of zones just another way of saying it will hit a handful of levels? It would be like saying lottery tickets are going to hit numbers between 1 and 20 if the 8 ball can bring, like, if you have like a 1 to 50 system, like numbers 1 through 50, it's like saying on a lottery ticket, yeah, it will hit one of these numbers will be between 1 and 20. Yeah, but this doesn't give you a winning lottery ticket. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't give you a lottery ticket that can win anything. Dude, I wish you could buy lottery tickets where it's like your variable is between 1 and 20, and the only thing that exists is between 1 and 50. Like, you know how good your chances would be? Dude, I have like thousands of tickets. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I knew nothing about it at the time. I mean, I'm trying to be polite about it. The reality is that if you're not looking for the price to buy, yeah, it just kind of seems silly to me, setting the price in a zone. Thoughts on Renova? No thoughts on Renova, dude. Just see what happens. If it held between 12 and 30k, I bet we move up until 2023. Dude, that's a zone play right there. That's a god tier zone call out, dude. Where's your socials? I need to sign up for that. SLP? Not sure, man. What video should we check out where you go in depth on this subject? Which subject? Zones? I don't talk about zones because I think it's kind of like brain dead to think that they're even worth it. VWAP reminds me of a shitty burger. I would buy that merch. I want to do a merch game, but it's got to make sense. Big Wick respects first touch. I heart Big Wicks, dude. What's wrong with picking a level? Banks are now pushing indicator trading. Of course they are, dude. Muscles bursting at the seams on Coin Trooper. Dude could put a blanket on and it would blow off his body like dynamite wrapped in loose leaf paper. He's so ripped, it's crazy, dude. I was checking out Coin's Insta. He's ripped, man. He's like a bodybuilder, like a real bodybuilder. Dude could reflect wind. He's so ripped. Caught 3%. Nice, man. Futures with pivot points. Yeah. 400 viewers. Yeah. I'm sure I could get like 10k viewers if I posted up all my trades, but I'm not doing that. Instantly famous. Yep. Nothing to say about SLP. I haven't checked it yet, man. I'll check it in a little bit. They're just lost. Yeah, I mean, people need to be exposed to the right material to follow. That's a big problem, right? Like, people need to be exposed to the right material. Ignorance doesn't equal bad, just ignorant. Yep. You'll be the devil himself. Nice gnome. Picking zones just is like admitting stupidity, dude. I 100% disagree with you. I don't think it's bad to see the zone. I 100% disagree with you, dude. 100% disagree. If you're using zones on your chart, you're straight up doing it wrong. In any form of a way, I have never used, nor will I ever use, a zone to identify anything. There's specific points, and that's it. I taught myself, John Matthew. Five-year position trades of zones is kind of true. That's Darwin for you. Yeah. I'm gonna get to positions. I have a trade open. Well, no, not open. I shouldn't say that. I have a trade on the books, and if we hit it, I'll bring it up on screen. Simple as that. People are just kind of brain dead leg in DAC. It's just, they just want to have easy. I use max leverage, max amount. I use 2,500 on 100x every trade. I only really do 100x trading. Content science is hard. That's why people like to follow YouTubers who talk about zones and indicators. Yeah, and the sad reality is those people who are gonna just indicator trade, they'll fail. The sad reality is people will never put in the effort to learn how to trade properly. Instead, they'll go for the easy 1, 2, 3 stuff. They'll go for the easy, I can learn an indicator, I can apply this in 4 days or 5 days. They'll research it for 1 to 2 days, and they'll just, unfortunately, lose money because they refuse to take an intelligent take on it. They'll just go and they'll learn an indicator. They'll find some type of person who's talking about, oh, you can make X amount in 3 days and 4 days and 5 days or a week or 2 weeks. That's not realistic thinking. Traders have the rare and unique aspect that we can make more than Hollywood actors. We can make more than professional athletes. We can make 7 figures a year, 8, 9 figures a year. We don't have a cap on our income. So with that said, if you mix that idea and logic with the fact that, oh, I can do it in 3 or 4 days and just, I understand everything about it, just use this indicator, it'll make me money. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. So unfortunately, people will always go through this process of, oh, like Amazon web businesses are a good point to this. This is the way the mindset has been developed over time. You have, what are they called? Amazon, like FWB or something like that, like, or Amazon. It's like the Amazon selling program where you can go on Amazon and you can sell a product. And then you see a ton of advertisement where people are saying, oh, I made $700 in just a few days. This was so easy. And it's marketed to make it feel like you can make just over what you're making, but spend less hours doing it. So there's like the Amazon based businesses, and they're marketed in pyramid schemes to show people that, oh, you make $50,000. I made $60,000 this year, and all I did was work 2 hours. So there's that take where people are going to think that, hey, I can make just over what I am now, but I don't need to be rich. I'm so tired of falling for these no, not AWS. It's like I can't remember what they call them, but it's where you're an Amazon seller. It has like a three-letter acronym for it. God, what is it called? I'm sure somebody in chat will chime in. There's FBA. There you go. The FBA programs. There's FBA and there's FBW. So people get this idea that, oh, I can be rich. Nope, I can't be rich because there's too many scams out there. Okay, but I could just actually make an honest income. I make 50K a year. I can make 60 or 65K a year in a quarter of the time, which will open me up to exploring these other opportunities. This is the way that people develop the mind. This is the way that people have built pyramid scams and all these different things. to make people think that, oh, I could just do this so easily and I might not get rich, but hey, it's okay because I can just do the bare minimum to make a little more than what I'm making right now, right? So this is like kind of common practice in the industry where constantly we are barraged with, oh, you can use an indicator for trading and it might not be this crazy thing. You're not a hedge fund. You can't get rich, but you could do really well if you just use this indicator and you take it from there. So people will always fall victim to this because they're so, it's a combination between being afraid and being lazy and just not being thinking human beings, just not taking those steps. Like I myself could never imagine just accepting what other people tell me. I would always find the way to extrapolate more information, to evolve whatever I'm thinking about. I would always just dig deeper instead of just listening to somebody else tell me and be like, oh, I forfeit my thoughts as a human being and they've already mastered it, so there's nothing I can give to this. They must be a better human being than me. That's how I see it. I would never, ever accept that reality where it's just like, oh yeah, you tell me something? Sure, great. People have been pre-programmed to this thought. People have been constantly fed this train of thinking where it's, oh, I can make quick money easily. People will never break out of that. People will always get sucked into this idea that indicators and they can just jump in this career. And the allure is this. The allure comes from a deeper train of thought, which is this. I don't have to go and spend 10 years on education to see if this works for me. I don't even have to go and spend 6 months. I don't want to waste 6 months looking for another career. I don't even want to waste a year. Hey, I could find out if this is right or wrong for me in like 1 week. Imagine thinking that you could figure out being a doctor in 1 week. Imagine thinking you could figure out being an actor, a voice actor, anything, just a carpenter, anything, a dentist, a vet. Name your career profession, an architect. Imagine thinking that, oh, I'm either going to master this in a week or I'm just not going to waste my time. Almost like it's this perfect little scenario where people are willing to say, oh, I'm just going to learn this for a few days, and if it moons, then good. I've got a new career and I'm set for life. And if it doesn't work, well, it doesn't matter because it probably is just all a scam anyways. They never give that time to developing their skill. I think education is important, like in DAC. Like I have 11 years in university and it teaches you things like how to study and how to be intelligent. So I think it's important for sure. Dude, I was so into dropshipping and FBA 5 years ago. Find a 20-cent product to list it on Amazon Lambo. Yeah. What's up, Massage? I'm a fan of your method of education. You push us to think critically. It's way harder, and to be honest, at first I went for the easy path following crypto influencers and other TA YouTubers. After losing a ton of money, I decided to put my time into thinking for myself. Good, man. Homelander's in here. Dude, Homelander, what's up, man? Saving the world like usual? Yeah, I agree with Homelander's take. Laser Eye says people use indicators and useless head and shoulder patterns to find an easy way to work in the market and then end up believing the TA doesn't work in crypto. Yeah. Is there any mental cues that I give my students that they've spent too much time per day? You've watched Mental Analysis Evolved, I'm thinking. Is it, Dor? Olanette says, yeah. I shared Cotton's YouTube with a friend. A few days later, she told me that it's amazing, but it's so much work. So instead, she joined 2 guys signals groups and Wall Street Boys, blah, blah. Yeah. Most people think you either have it or you don't. Here's the thing. Like, I'm sharing my science with everybody, and it's up to you guys if you want it. But if you guys put, like, you guys, I don't think anybody in this channel would disagree that I'm the most accurate trader they have ever seen in their life. Like, no holds barred, no connotations on that statement. Just as a purity form, I'm the most accurate trader that people have ever seen. Show me any other trader who could have called 64-6 like 3 months in advance. It's just one example. I just like to point to that one because it's such a glaring example. Like, no one would disagree with that I'm the most accurate trader out there. There's like nothing. That statement as its truth. I'm teaching you guys how to do that. I'm sharing that with people because I love sharing, and I'm showing people how to change their life. But ultimately, in the end, it's up to them if they can hack the grind. Right? Like, I want to see others succeed. I do this because I love my community. I do this because I want to burn shit down, and I want to stop all this other garbage that's out there. And I want my community to be successful. Right? But it's ultimately up to every person if they want it or not. Think of the same thing as like the stories of actors who were ignored, and actors who had to work and grind, and they're some of the greats. Leonardo DiCaprio is a great example of that. The guy had to work and grind, and he's one of the greatest actors we've ever had. And he has a story filled with, he had to grind no matter how good he was. Every single career is filled with this. To think that day trading is, for some reason, unique in that aspect. Doctors do this, architects do this, actors do this, musicians. Think about your favorite musician. Think about how many stories the greatest musicians ever alive, some of your favorite artists, were on this street living off of coins they collected in a hat just to make it. And then they spent their time, they did their grind, and then they got recognized, and then they got famous, and then they got realized for their talents, and then they had an income that would allow them to live any life they want. Music artists are like this. Everything. Sure, some people have a quicker journey than others, but that's just your own independent module, your own brain that allows you to either take the stuff and run with it, or if it takes you longer. Completely off topic, off subject, because everybody's going to be different. That's like a loaded statement. You can't lump everybody into that. Some people learn quicker. Sure, some people do learn quicker, but that's loaded because everybody's different. You'll never know. Every individual person has a different way they learn. It's the same in Lagendak already said it for me. It's the same in music. Work your ass off to become successful. People chalk it up to luck. Biggest money I know that people have lost in day trading, like nine figures, like hundreds of millions. Personally, 9 figures due to errors in bots. Yeah, everybody says true. I am the most accurate. And it's like, okay, I'm teaching people how to do that because I care. You know, not everybody is willing to do what I do. Not everybody is willing to give that to the world. So there are other traders out there. There has to be, because somebody's making these same decisions. Somebody is out there with hundreds of millions of dollars using these same exact points that we find to the dollar with my science. There are a few other traders out there who understand this, who have taken a lifetime to understand this craft. So they're out there. They have to be, or the science simply wouldn't work, because it would just be derived off of a bunch of muddlings of other people. But I care enough to share it. I feel like part of my path in life is giving that piece of myself to other people, right? So that's part of my own personal journey in life, is sharing that path with other people. Being selfless. Maybe something from a past life that I need to learn. Maybe something in this life that will greatly help me evolve. Maybe something that will push me to a new height. Something that will open different opportunities. I don't know yet. But I know part of my path is sharing my mind with the world so that people can benefit from my work. And I'm okay with that. I've accepted that. But there are other people out there who know this stuff like I do. There has to be. It's a science. I learned it off the charts. There has to be other people who have reverse engineered it as well. I just don't know how many. There's a couple out there who, you know, keep it to themselves and trade the biggest amounts of money in the world. And so be it. They have 9 and 10 figure incomes. And they're tucked away somewhere in the world where nobody can touch them. But like I said, part of my path is, you know, sharing that with people and being selfless. It's not an easy thing to do. But, you know, we're here day in, day out. Maybe one day you'll be better than me, so I don't get to trade. So that's an interesting thought, Iowa. Not only I could be the only person who understands what's going on in the market. It's not easy. It's not easy, I can tell you that. To this day, I don't even know how you're doing this for free. I have my Patreon income, man. My community supports me, and DiCaprio's a child star. Yeah, he was on Disney as a child star, but that doesn't mean he was born into nepotism and, you know, given a silver platter. The guy had to work like crazy. Yeah, I have my Patreon community. They support me. That's why I'm here. Nine figures, yep. So I've worked with somebody who trusted a bot with their fund, and the fund was a combination of a bunch of different investors' money, and the fund lost it all due to a coding error. So I don't know if you could say that that's outside of that, like a personal, like an actual person who's trading and it's not a bot trading. On one trade, like 5 million. You're the chart god. Thanks, man. Hi to everybody from the chat who's still watching. Nice lagging. They know who they are. They're here. Yes, no, 2500, 100x, yes. Yeah, progress is a huge thing, Divine. Progression is everything in life. Like always, one of my favorite things in life, the thought of progression and evolution is one of my favorite things in life in all aspects. I'm not in a short right now. I'm waiting to long at 3100. 31,000. Yeah, I think content is the right way. I think content creation in this world for me is the correct way. I think my path is always going to be content creation going forward. I don't think I'll ever go back to being a trader unless for some reason I was to just lose all my patron audience, but that's not going to happen. Unless I had to for financial reasons, I won't be a trader again. My path is a selfless one, and if I get rewarded financially, I get rewarded financially. That's how I look at it. I'm developing this content and systems for other to use. Olanat said, following your science, I was able to catch falling knives within 70 cents. Difference between the actual bottom, but not guessing by following specific steps you teach. That's 99.999% precision. What? Exclamation mark. But I have to, dude, that's 99.998% precision. What? You're a trading genius. And no one can convince me otherwise. Thanks, man. 5 million. I've worked with people who lose like $1 million regularly. It's pretty crazy. Like oil prints money. They're just like, it's like no big deal. They'll lose $1 million in a trade and they're just like, oh, I lost 10 million this week. It's like, okay, man. Like, Can you lose that money in my house instead of on the charts next time, please? I'll find it. What am I giving trading it? Dude, I don't trade for people, man. What a classic lol. It's happened so many times in the industry. Yeah, I used to do 100x trades on stream. I don't have time to manage them anymore, man. My vocabulary is really rich. I articulate myself very well. I blame school for that. I thank my teachers and I blame school. Like, I have a long set at 31,000. 310XX. Hey, Momplay just subscribed. Thank you, Momplay. If you got your Amazon Primes, use them. They run out every month, so use them up if you got them. How did I deal with the slacking feeling when we were not progressing? Got to think back to when I was slacking. I don't think I was ever really slacking. I've got this brain that just doesn't stop. I don't ever think I was really ever slacking. That 64K is on YouTube, dude. That's all on YouTube. That was like back in January. I don't share my trades. Sandburn. I'm a content creator now. If I was trading, I would specifically be trading and not sharing this stuff. No time, Sunbee. No time to trade anymore. Content creation is a full-time job. So is trading. Trading might take little hours, but it's really, you have to be present in the moments that it happens. I trade, but very rarely. Like, I'm in 2 trades right now. I'm in ADA down. I'm in 2 ETF contracts. I'm in ADA down and AVE down. So I'm in 2 contracts. I don't know. I'm up like 20 or 30%. You lost $5 and you couldn't sleep for 2 days. Oh man. Yeah, MD trading. That's exactly. I like when you said have trading competitions, hold your own events, have Dan Steele commentate. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of world I want to break into. They're legit worried about you. Let them worry, man. They'll see your life and what you can accomplish in trading, and then they'll want to know. And then 5 years later, they'll be like, man, I should have listened to you. And you can be like, well, I told you, and you just decided not to. And they're going to say something like, yeah, but you know, you were kind of flaky back then. It's like, okay, man, well. How about you trade for me and keep the profit and losses? I have exchanges and people and funds asking me to run their funds and stuff for them all the time. I don't do it. I don't do it because it's always like a weird offer. That's a good take, is a door that you would get lazy. I don't get liquidated because I set a stop, so I don't really get liquidated. No, down and up ETFs, no, they're great, dude. Grid trading, useless. Yeah, people make these predictions. Like, imagine being, I always say this to people. Think of this for a second. Imagine being in the public eye, a content creator, somebody who proposes that they're the best trader in the world, somebody who's, I don't say I'm the best trader in the world. I say I'm the most accurate because I don't make enough money in trading, because I don't trade to say that I'm the best trader in the world. There's dozens of people who make way more money in trading than I do because I simply don't trade. But imagine being a public figure and saying you're the most accurate trader. And then 3 months before Bitcoin hits its top, calling out a number like 64.6, such an ambiguous number. You know, if I was wrong about that, there goes my career. Imagine saying something like that and being wrong as somebody who says they're the most accurate trader. People wouldn't let me live that down. They would make videos of me doing a call of the top, and then they would like go back, guys, I think it's going to 64.6. And if it went to like 67K, they'd put like lol, 100x trader, licked, and then they'd go back 64.6 and the price would go up a little bit more. And then they'd go back to that same clip and they'd zoom in on my face and I would say 64.6. And then it will go a little higher and it would be like liquidation 2 times. How much have you lost now, Cotton? And then they go back to my face, 64.6. And it would be this thing. Like imagine being a public figure and saying such a random number like 64,600 3 months before it hits and continuously pounding that into people's heads. As a public figure, can't do it. There's a science that works. Kind of obvious, right? Like imagine being in the public eye and making those call outs. So I always just try to make people understand like what I do is not easy, right? It's like put yourself in my shoes. You cannot do that and be wrong. There's the same thing back in the day in 2017 or whatever when we were sitting at 3,400 or whatever in price and everybody's like Bitcoin's dead, back to $1. And I stood there when 99% of the world was saying it's dead and I said we're not dumping. We're not dumping anymore. 34, this is the bottom, we're not dumping. And there's like the videos are out there. Maybe I'll just upload them to IG so people have like a quicker reference. Maybe I'll do that today. And imagine saying like going against the world every single time and everybody's sitting there saying, oh, 3,000, we're going down to 1,000, wait for $500 Bitcoin. And you stand there in front of the world and say, in the public eye, we're not dumping. Actually, we're moving up when it looks so bleak and glim, right? Like how do you do that? Well, you must be using some kind of magic, the tarot cards, or a science, right? So it's like, imagine calling 64.6 3 months before it happened and continuously pounding that into people's head. Guys, 64.6. Bitcoin's at 30K, 64.6. Bitcoin goes to 40K, 64.6. Bitcoin goes to 50K, 64.6. Bitcoin pulls back at 58, not done, 64.6. So just perspective, right? Perspective for what I do, you know, and does this science work or does it not work? Use that as your guiding light to make that decision for yourself. Because people are saying like ambiguous numbers, 80K, 70K, 100K, million, 250K, like just random numbers. And they're never right. And then a week after 64.6 dumps Bitcoin, then they go and they say, oh, well, it rejected the MACD, of course. Oh, the news, it was the news. The news, it did it all. It burned the market. Elon Musk, he must be doing it again. That's Elon, he pumped it and now he's selling it. Oh, it was insider trading. How could it be insider trading if 3 months before it happened, I was spouting 64.6 for months on end? There's like a few of us out here who know the science and we're using it and abusing it, right? And it's like, last week you're saying 80K, now it's Elon Musk, then it's a zone with a fucking bowling ball in an ocean that you need to throw off a bridge to hit a target. Like it never ends with people, right? It's like people are calling these targets like, oh, 80K, 100K, 250. It's like, dude. And then a week later, they act like they never said anything or their decision was wrong because or it's justified why it can be wrong. There's a reason and it's because of this. So really they were right in the end. And now they're in it. Now they're in shorts. I told you guys we were going to bottom out. I told you guys we'd have a pullback when we hit 100K. We hit the same level, but it was here. And then prices at like 45K. And they're like, I told you. What did you tell us? Oh, okay. Repeat that again, please. It's as valuable as their morning coffee routine. Like nobody cares what kind of coffee you drink. Oh, dude, tell me your coffee recipe. I put beans in the grinder. It grinds and then it gets water in it. Water and beans. Dude, that's amazing. Water and beans. Why didn't I think of this? It's like, what? Dude, how fucking crazy are you? Like, what? So, you know, perspective, right? Like, perspective, because 99% of the world is saying these things and nothing, it's none of it is true. And then they just move on like it's some kind of dirty piece of laundry in their closet that can just be washed. Dude, those stains don't come out. I don't know what kind of childhood you had, but those stains, they don't come out in my clothes. When I was 3, those are permanent stains. Dude, I need new underwear. That's not like source of income is social media, dude. Just my patron community, they support me, man. Source of income is patron, and I'm okay with that. It might be a fraction of what I make trading, but I'm okay with that to share what I have. So making money out of teaching, yeah, I suppose you could say that. It's like social media, or not social media because I don't do sponsorships. I guess you would just call it like patron teaching. Yeah, you could call it teaching. That's why people don't get specific and they stay in the zone. You just got lucky, dude. That's the tarot cards talking, man. It's not luck when you're Irish, okay? It's tarot cards and the luck of the Irish. I don't know if I'll ever share that with the world, and more. We'll see. I still don't understand how you can predict that top price when it's in price discovery. There's a way. That's how I was able to do it. There's a way. It's just nobody knows about it. It's just, will I ever share that with the world? I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe Fibonacci. Why do you still make content for money when you're so accurate? Not everything's about money. I live pretty good, man. I have nice cars. I live in a mansion. Like, I live a good life. And my community supports me. Like, I make 40 grand on Patreon a month. So, you know, I'm making a fraction of what I would as a trader, but it's a good income. Like, I live good. I have a good income on Patreon. It's probably 5% of what I'd make as a trader, but I'm okay with it. Is a decision I make because I've got a big heart. It's a decision that I make to share my mind with the world. It's a selfless decision. But I do make money, and I wouldn't be here. I'm not fake enough to say I wouldn't be here without the money. Like, if I didn't have a patron community, I wouldn't be here. I'm a-okay saying that and being honest with people. If my patron community didn't support me, I would not be here. I would greedily keep the science for myself, but my patron community supports me, and I've earned that because I've been here for years, you know, selflessly teaching. So, I mean, I make a decent income on Patreon, but, you know, income is also perspective, because 42,000 a month on Patreon is nice, but, and yes, it makes me like one of the top Patreon creators in the world and all these things like that. And people value what I do because I'm helping them become free, right? But at the same time, 42,000 a month, on one side, it's like, wow, that's an amazing income. On the other side, when you can make 10 million a year trading, you're like, dude, 400K a year? I don't know, man. That's like what I can make in a couple weeks. You're telling me you work for a year for all that? I could take a few trades and make that in a couple weeks, man. I don't know, dude. That doesn't really sound like a good prop to me. So, you know, perspective, right? On one side, it's, I make the same as I went to university for 11 years to become an architect. I make the same as what I would have as an architect, except I spent an extra, you know, 13 years of my life developing this. So, I mean, yeah, you look at it on one side, it's just a good professional income, right? It's not out of this world money. It's not like I'm making, you know, 400,000 a month on Patreon. There's people out there who just stumble upon to making like $1 million a month. They make like $10 million a year because they're like sellout artists or whatever. Like 42,000 a month sounds like a lot from one side, but it's not. It's the same money I would make as if I was an architect. Business owners, people who own like a Domino's Pizza, make more than that. So I could go open up a Domino's Pizza or a McDonald's and I would make like the same income. So again, it's perspective, because on one side, it looks great. Like for people who are working for a wage for a company, yeah, it looks great. It's like, oh, you make what I make in all year, you make in a month. Yeah, but I also went to school for 11 years, and business owners make more than that. You could own a store selling pool supplies, like pool chemicals, like chlorine and stabilizer, to like pool and hot tub owners, and you would make more than that. So it is perspective. Like, I've worked my entire life to get to here, so yeah, perspective, I suppose. Get Dan Steele to solve the riddle. I'm on it, dude. Dan's on it. I'm waiting for a trade. Yep. I suppose you could say I'm in a short since I'm in ETFs. It's kind of a short position. Like bringing a lighter into the Middle Ages. Yep. ADA down and AVA down. AVE. So I'm in AVE down and ADA down. I have my stop set for profits, so I'll just take profits when I hit like 15% overall profits between the two, and there's a good amount of money in them. So yeah, I'm in those two. It's max for what Binance allows you to hold. So Binance has now put like a cap on the ETF contracts. So you can only own like 100, I think it's 160,000 or 1.6 million. I don't know the exact amount of zeros, but it's 1.6 and then a bunch of zeros. So I have that in both positions. It's like 10 grand in each or something like that. 10 grand in one and quite a bit more in the other. My source of income is ranting on indicators. Yep. You're already 50% more accurate. That's sweet, man. I like this channel. I could find. Sweet, man. I mean, there's not much to do with Bitcoin right now. Like, we're just kind of watching Bitcoin recover to a price. I mean, that's... You've got an hourly, hour to an hourly here. Oops. See, at least you've got something developed. You've got an hourly, and you can maybe go and massage that now. But this will need to hold throughout the move. This will need to hold throughout the move. Like at this point, the only thing you could do would be use the same base point and massage it to the minute. So you just use the same base point and massage it to the hard close here, and then you'd get a little more accuracy there. That's why you can see like base and reach point, and then that's why you see it respected so much, because this is just a smarter way to use a trend. Different. It's just in this moment, it's applicable to do this. I would never touch Elliott Wave with a 10-foot pole. I don't think I've ever even put it on my chart one time. Maybe just for like an on-stream LOL. I don't even know. Is it this one? Is this the Elliott Wave? No, that's PNL. I don't even know if I know it. Isn't Elliott Wave basically like ABCD? No, that's fib, right? Like fib is where you go like A, B, C, something, something. Like, isn't that what this is? Yeah, okay. But which one is Elliott? Elliott Wave is like one of these ABCD patterns, right? Oh, they have Elliott Wave. Ah, yeah. Okay, so it's kind of like this blah, 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 blah. That's so stupid, dude. Please get off my screen. Oh, God. Said at one point I want to be a teacher or coach. No, I didn't specifically want to be a teacher, coach, or mentor, or anything like that. I didn't specifically say, oh, you know, this is what I want to do. I was always really good at explaining things to other people because I could hear something and understand it in a way that most people wouldn't. I could hear, you know, a paragraph in a story, understand that to its fullest points, and already start evolving it as I'm hearing the story. I already answered that, Trams. Go watch the stream. Replay, you already asked, I already answered. My favorite indicator to roast, they're all good, man. Probably like MACD. Is MACD considered an indicator? It is, right? Probably MACD. I'll take that donation, Scrappy. Donate me 39K. I'll take it. It's perspective, right? Like I said, Scrappy, it's perspective. People will say, oh, $500,000 a year is not just okay money. It's like, it's perspective, because I would make the same thing doing this as I would as an architect. I would make $500,000 a year being an architect, because I went to school for 11 years, studied my master's in architecture. So it's perspective. No, I don't get anxious when trading. Elliott Wave does not work, dude. I'm not sure yet, Blue Cup. I'm gonna just see how the move develops, what it holds. You can't possibly know that yet. Transparency, no indicators, free content. Let that sink in, boys. I agree. If I made $1,000 a week trading, I don't know how I wouldn't be ecstatic, but I know that emotional response can kill you. It's hard to swallow. How life-changing career and still feel like I deserve this. It's so much perspective, man. If you spend 11 years in university, imagine going to school for 11 years to be a doctor, and then like you've done your time. Like my education cost me like $250,000. MBTI test on stream. What's MBTI? Fog content. Thanks, man. No worries, Tram. I just don't want to answer the same question twice because it's like stream weird, you know? I fell in love with charts. That's why I don't work as an architect. I wouldn't use backside trends at all. Let's go through our list for the day. Let's quickly hammer through this. It's already like 8:30. Let's go through our list. We're going to do this quickly. I can keep talking about this while we run through our list. Yeah, like guys, imagine spending 11 years in university and spending $250,000 on your education to become a doctor. Imagine spending $250K on a risk that you don't know is going to work or not. Education, right? You might not like being a doctor. Imagine spending $250K on an education. Like you kind of go through your grind. Like you've paid your dues to make that money. So, you know, people see Patron and it's like, oh, he makes so much money a year. But it's like, dude, I went to school for 11 years to be an architect, man. Any profession makes that money. You know, the thing is, people are born into nepotism. So for people who don't know what nepotism is, it's when you're born rich. So you have a wealthy family, you're born into wealth. So that's nepotism. So people who are born into nepotism, right? Or people who have nepotism in life, they have a father and the father just, it's like, oh, let's open up a Domino's pizza because it's a tax write-off because they're opening up a new business and they use the bad income off that other income because they've amalgamated multiple companies together. So they have this, you know, corporate, legal and accounting financial structure that allows them to just open up a risky proposition, the same as you would invest money. Oh, I'm going to invest money with company money this year. Might as well open up a Domino's pizza. It has a cost up front. It can be used as a write-off. And if it recovers money, great. If not, oh, well, we tried it. No big deal. Imagine being somebody who's born into nepotism. Dad has a tax write-off, so he just opens up a Domino's pizza, puts it sheltered into a trust fund under his kids' names. The kids own the Domino's pizza. One Domino's pizza, they've never done a thing in their life. They're a dropout out of high school, and they make $500,000, $2 million a year because they own a Domino's pizza that was a tax write-off from their family because it was income sheltered into a trust fund. $1 million, like that kind of money might sound insane, but realize that there are people out there. Like go to like San Francisco, go to LA. Like there are people who make like $500K, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a year. Like it's like a normal thing. It's all perspective. Like imagine spending $250,000 on education as a nobody, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you make so much money. No, dude, like I earned it. You know what I mean? So it is truly perspective, because it's not like I'm a nobody, uneducated human being who just opened up a YouTube page and just started, you know, or I was born into nepotism, given a pizza shop that was a tax write-off and I make $500,000 a year. Like you know, people, you pay your dues in life, and if you do and you're a smart human being, then you can have success. There's like a logic flow behind it. It's the same thing as trading. There's a logic flow where it's, you know, there's a certain amount of just, if you devote your life to something, like that's not really that much money. If I was making like Jake Paul money, like what is he, like, God, you know, like when Jake Paul did his fight against Floyd Mayweather, I think he made something like $85 million in one day. Like that's stupid money. 40K a month for working 60 to 80 hours a week is not, it's not stupid money, right? Like stupid money is when you have a YouTuber who's making $10 million a month for doing whatever videos. Somebody who's just talking about beauty products, who's willing to paint their body every color in the rainbow just to get views, to make cool thumbnails and talk about trigger effects and like use trigger words, and they make like $10 million a month because they can talk about beauty products. Like that's stupid money. Working, and I'm not saying they don't work hard. It's not that. I'm not saying YouTubers don't work hard. YouTube is a tough grind. Like I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, into perspective, working 60 hours a week to make the kind of money I make, it's not this crazy thing. Like it's not like, oh my God, Cotton, it's so crazy. It's not, dude. It's not. I work hard for what I have, and I value it. I value my community. I value everything I have, and I work harder than I have to just to help others. So yeah, like, I mean, part of it is, I don't know if it's, yeah, it's earned. 100% it's earned. I was going to say, I don't know if you can call it earned. It's earned 100%, 10 times over. In my opinion, I should be having way more metrics, way more this, way more that. But, you know, I'm a purist, man. I'm like an artist that won't sell out. It doesn't matter how much money you put under my pillow. Like I'm an artist. I'm a graffiti artist with an IP that I just won't sell out, man. I'm a purist in that sense. I just refuse to sell out. I refuse to. What are we on? Forex, the only thing I really care about with Forex is DXY, and DXY is doing what it's supposed to. Yeah, I'm a purist at heart. I care about like my soul. So not saying they don't. This is what my perspective on it. So yeah, you can't look at it like that. You can't look at it like, oh my god, you make, you know, for every YouTuber and stuff, like they take a chance too. Like, you know, YouTubers aren't just making money. Oh, they're just a YouTuber. No, dude, like YouTube is hard effing work, man. Doing this grind is tough. People don't realize how hard it is. They never will until they're in it. But anybody, if there's any content creators out there, they're fully aware of how insane the content creation grind is. You never get a break. Like we by choice work externally harder than other people by choice. It is a tough grind. You are micro-analyzed. Imagine being, it's like I just said it earlier in this stream, imagine being a content creator and telling people like Bitcoin's top is going to be this, and being wrong, your fucking career is over. Like that's it. One moment, it's all gone, right? Can't be wrong. There's no room for error. So like when I say this stuff, it's like, yeah, like you could tell you could tell the purity of it. I guess that's just the point. You can tell the purity of it. Check out TGR. Sure, man. So it laddered off its monthly right here, and now it's laddering off this monthly right here, back testing the range and creating trend. So you've got this right here, which is holding, which is ultimately going to be fanned out to here. Pretty simple chart. You could find it also on the weekly. Like you could also find the weekly, which would be in this scenario, it would be here, distribution here. So you can find this, but you might be better off using the monthly right now. You're going to attach the same points, it's just going to alter it slightly. What do I think about it? Not much, man. Like it just looks like if it goes into accumulation, it'll pop. Looks like it has quite a bit of time that it needs to hold its move. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of time. It needs to hold its move. It needs time. Doesn't mean it's not a good play though. That's just like real talk about content creator stuff. That's what that is today. It's just like real talk content creation. I keep it very pure, and I just tell people if you don't like it, just don't be here. It's as simple as that. You think you can do better somewhere else, you have my blessing, man. Go and learn it somewhere else, and I wish you well. That's just the way I hit my take on you know, trading and everything. It's just like, oh, I'm just doing me, man. Typical, you know, millennial saying, oh, I'm just doing me. But in this case, it's applicable. In this case, I'm just worried about what I'm trying to accomplish, and other people who have a problem with that, it's just like, okay, well, just trend here. I don't really think anybody has a problem with it. I think that's not exactly accurate to say. I guess just the point of it is that the income perspective is, you know, income perspective is definitely perspective. Quickly getting through my list. It's like 8:42 and I haven't even done it. Not that there's anything I'm looking at here, but just quickly getting through. Catch up on chat, and I'm sure there's tons of comments. Sometimes I like to ignore chat when I'm talking about these things. I just like my my opinion to ring through without the influence of what other people say. AMC is still moving down in a big way. Nokia starting to break up. Yeah. S4 still trying to break its move. Dude, S4 is so like hard to get into. It was just such a low price before. I mean, I get it. Like, okay, you can't really say that now, but yeah, it's... Wait, GME. What is GME doing? GME is just so stagnant. OEL. I'm interested in OEL. I keep looking at OEL. This is like I leave this as my last ticker to look at because I'm interested in OEL. I think there's a very interesting chart. Somebody said OEL before, and I think OEL is actually pretty decent. Let's go back to crypto. Yeah. Hey, cheered 1,000 bits, man. Thank you so much, dude. People rarely cheer bits in this channel. Dude, that's so cool. I love that. So late, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thanks for the 10 bucks, man. That's so cool, man. Hassan Deve says, I think I said your name right. I'm not sure, but I think I said, why architecture when he can stay home with his kids? Exactly. And I get to be creative and an artist, and I get to help others. That's why I didn't go to, so Queen says, that's why I didn't go to law school. Too expensive for career, and a lot of people end up unhappy in it. I didn't want to put myself and my family through that experiment. Family is so important, it's not even funny. Here in Europe, education is free. Yeah, free education is not always good, though. It's like medical. Free medical is not always good. I've been making this amount for 2 months. 2 to 3, 5 to 7% scalp, so 10K, no leverage per week. The only caveat, I trade alts mostly. That's so cool, dude. It's, I mean, hey, man, if you're making money, that's, if even a piece of my science helps you, liquid, like that's sweet, man. Like everybody to themselves, right? Come to LA, buy a cup of coffee. Yeah, dude, $42 later for a cup of coffee. Like the same amount as it takes to fill a tank of gas. Sold NFTs into 12 million in a week of Pokemon. Yeah. You're talking about Logan Paul? Yeah, dude, he makes so much money. It's crazy. We have a family friend. His dad passed away, was a major developer for U.S. government, managed to build his own buildings, build and rent them out, U.S. government. Now that rental income is over 100K per month, his kids live off it and don't do anything else. The grandkids are doing a lot of drugs. Sad. That is sad. That is sad. Such a good opportunity to be such a free mind, not used, right? Potential to pull back off this, right? Any one of these could be a backside on a higher time frame, but potential to pull back here. Nothing I'd look at though. 15-minute backside here. There's going to be lots of levels. Nothing that's worth really even looking at this point. Simply put, Bitcoin is trying to stabilize off its trend. Financial independence? Yeah, dude. Could I retire any day? I have big ambitions in life. I would say no. I would say no because I have a lot of stuff I still need to do. Sure, I could retire if I wanted, but that would be death of my creation. I have so much I want to achieve in this lifetime. No. Wealth redistribution based on Hegel theory of quantity and quality, plus drugs will get them probably sooner than later. Yeah, that sucks, man. I would agree with that, MD trading. Whenever you create something out of nothing, it begins to bear the fruit. The herd begins to question herd, so herd mentality. Like a pack of animals or herd mentality. Questions all the angles of how it works. They stand on the sidelines of life while criticizing the living. I agree with that. I already did check out TGRR, I think. Wait, did we check out TGRR? I think, yeah, I did already. Fractal, just go check the replay. I talked about it for a few minutes. Just for you, dude. Is it possible to fail as a trader? For sure, man. A lot of people fail for different reasons. Sammy popped off? Yeah. I don't trade the news, dude. I think Ethereum has the potential to do that. Kingsman, when do I think a coin will stop following BTC and become a main coin? I think Ethereum has a potential to do that, but I think that's only possible if Bitcoin pulls back down to a point of like 5,800 or 6,000 again, which it can, by the way. Which Bitcoin, you can see $6,000 Bitcoin. I think if that's the case, I think it opens the doors for banks and governments to get in, but I don't know if it makes sense for banks and governments to get in because they could just create it on their own. I suppose it'll have to be analyzed when that moment comes, but I think that's the moment you're talking about. Having the cotton community helps. Absolutely, dude. Like, everybody's in Discord chilling, and yeah, Discord is the place to be, man. So Discord, definitely. People are still eager for these kind of jobs. I think trading is a career of the future, for sure. I think it's a career that a lot of people, the science can open the doors for trading as a stable career for a lot of people. I agree with Lycan. What is retirement when you love a job? Exactly. Oh, take it easy, Breeze. Yeah, maybe some feeling sick afterwards. Yeah, just one screen. You don't need more than one screen to trade, dude. You don't need more than one screen to trade. Like, guys, I really like content creation. I really like this grind. It might be a lot of hard work, but you know what? Like I said before in the stream, I get to teach people a lot of really amazing things. I like the content grind. I love being able to share my science with the world. Like, I love it. I know a lot of people are like, well, why would you do that? You know, not everything is money. Money is great, but not everything in this life is money. Money is nice, but not everything is money. You're up $204. I love you, man. It's working. That's so cool, man. That's awesome. That's so good, dude. You love me and my sons. Oh, that's so nice. Good feels moment, man. Do you see a lot of women in trading? I see some. I think we need to see more females in trading, for sure. I think we need to see more women in trading in all workplaces, right? That equality barrier has to be broken down. I think it's a great career for anybody, and I would especially love to see more women in trading, for sure. I think everybody has a unique mind. So the way I analyze things versus the way person X, man or woman, I think everybody has a unique mind and a unique way that they see problems. So I don't see this as a barrier between man and woman. I don't really think it makes a difference there. If anything, I think it's safe to say that women are more logical thinking people than men are. So in a way, they have a huge advantage. That's amazing. That's incredible. I don't see a line between men and women where it's like, oh, women are trading, men are trading. I don't see that line. I just work with a science, and whoever it helps is like great news. But I do love the fact that it can open opportunities for both genders, because too often, and not because it's not achievable, women are just, they make less incomes. Like, this is just, they've had studies on this. They make less incomes because yeah, I don't even know what it boils down to. A very archaic way of thinking, when in reality, like, women outperform men in most aspects of life. So I don't know. Their emotions come into play. That's like the lowest angle take you could have, dude. That just shows how unevolved you're thinking. What? Their emotions come into play? Yikes, dude. That's a pretty low angle, man. That's very unevolved. I feel sorry for the people who actually think that, because it just shows how unevolved they are. They'll never understand progression and evolution. Absolutely not true. Women earn less on average because they don't pursue STEM careers as often. Absolutely not true. That's another low angle take. That's another very small brain, low IQ take. Women aren't given the same opportunities as men are because of sexism. That's what it is. It's a fact. It's not. If you believe it, if you think that's a fact, it just shows how limited your mind is to accept that as what the reality is. People post scientific material all the time. Oh, we did a study on this. We did a study on that. People post it all the time. Doesn't mean it's true. There's studies. You could take any one topic in the world, and there are studies and piles of studies that prove one point to be true scientifically, and then counterpoints that prove it to be not true scientifically. So now you have the same thing with two outcomes, and they're both right. How is that possible? I would agree with Derek on this. Anybody can do anything. Doesn't matter what group you're lumped into. It just matters your work ethic. If anybody thinks that women don't work hard, and that's why they're not given the same opportunities, they're brain dead. Straight out. I'm calling you brain dead. Because to believe that means you haven't even learned past like the grade 7 level. It means your mind is stuck in junior high. Doesn't matter what age you are. There is a lot of sexism in this world. And that has varying degrees of ways it alters outcomes. The women in the class were better on average than men. Yeah, the female mind is a very powerful thing. That's where I'm going to leave this conversation. The female mind is a very powerful thing. Pretty close to dropping the banhammer a few times there. I think it's just, you know, I think it's enough to let people know that, like, if that's the way you think, you're fucking stupid. Like, straight out, you're dumb. You can have your science, you can have your theories, you can have... Science has been proven to be wrong for hundreds of years. There's a common sense and unevolved thinking. So if people think that, like, I'm straight out saying you're fucking dumb. Like, unfollow if you want, if that bothers you, but that's my opinion on you. I'm on a low T. Dude, put me on a no carb diet. I will out emotion everything, dude. I will... Yeah, I'll make more noise than a scarab flying through a desert. Like, dude, put me on a no carb diet and take away my bread. Oh, that's an unhappy cotton. Take on religion, spirituality. No take on religion. Spirituality. Yeah, I believe in spirituality for sure, dude. I'm a very spiritual person myself. I'm not religious. But I do believe in there's a higher power out there. For anybody who remembers in the stream, we've had a talk about bicycles before. That's my thought on women. I love them. Bread is my weakness. Absolutely, dude. I need my carbs. I need my bread. I'm Irish. We potatoes and bread, dude. I'm... Bicycle analogy lives rent free in your mind. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna start banning people for talking about anything that even has remotely anything to do with sexist takes or any kind of opinions of men or women are better. Everybody's equal and should be treated equal. Initial public offering is what IPO means. ICO's initial coin offering. It's when a stock goes public for the first time. Yeah, like my stream final word, like I said, anybody who has any opinion on women being less in any way is absolutely fucking brain dead and will probably go nowhere in life. Because if that's the way you think, I feel sorry for the amount of limitations you set on yourself. So if you find yourself thinking that women are not equal in any way, mind, career, anything in that, and any category at all, that they're not equal, at a minimum, men and women are equal. And if you find yourself in any other opinion, I think you're straight up fucking stupid. That's it. Like, conversation over. Bitcoin boosting. How can people send you gifts? PO box. I have a PO box. Just don't send anything that ticks. I'll get it tomorrow. If people want to send something, you can send something. I probably won't accept food, poisons, and all these things. So yeah, I do have a PO box. I can put it in stream tomorrow. People have been asking for a while, so I will put the PO box in stream. Anything that ticks. Yeah, don't send food or anything that makes noise. Like kittens or bombs, you know, like these are things that you should not send to somebody. Anything that makes noise, I don't want it. No games today. No, just stocks today, chilling out. Loud child toys. Fucking, you're the worst. You're the worst kind of human being. You're actually the worst kind of human being if you're gonna send me like really loud kids toys, because you know what we go through as parents. Actually terrible, dude. I'll send them right back. Kiddo will love it. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I think that's it for me. Yeah, Bitcoin's not moving down as fast as I'd like it to. No trade on the day is what it is. The normal no trade stream. Okay, guys, back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Everybody who's an expert here, see you tonight. Discord, 7 p.m. of course. And enjoy the day. Take good trades. See you later.